Ooh, I tell her get low, gon' rock with me. You gon' mess around now and get a shopping spree. I'm now in your possession like apostrophe. Ooh, enough with all the talking, I just told her say less and do more. Do more, do more, do more. Ooh, I tell her do more, do more, do more, do more. Go ahead, set the mood right, dirty like a food fight. You been working all day, load it up in 2 nights. Do more, do more, do more, do more. Ooh, I tell her, and she gon' work that right. I'ma mess around and drown when she drop that down. No more phone me blowing up, I like not right now. Oh, I swear that she in next the way she work that mouth. Whoa, automatic cause she move, she be cousin static. I be straight up like an addict, might become an addict. Now I gotta have it, had enough with all the moves, yeah, move here. Ooh, let me grab it, now I'm on 1 year. Now I'm not done yet, told her wait right here. I'll be back one sec, this is just time out, this is not no way. Go and grab that friend, now you know what's next, stay. You been rockin' with an all-star, baby, and I know you coming early like a five-star, baby. Packing out the seat, this ain't no hostile, baby, and they know me in the city like a mob star. Ooh, I tell her get low, gon' rock with me. You gon' mess around now and get a shopping spree. I'm now in your possession like apostrophe. Ooh, enough with all the talking, I just told her say less and do more, do more, do more, do more. Ooh, I tell her do more, do more, do more, do more. Go ahead, set the mood right, dirty like a food fight. You been working all day, load it up in 2 nights. Do more, do more, do more, do more. Ooh, I tell her,
Hey, yo, Jay, can we get some ratchet one time?
Look, I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop, I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the please. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peace, you gon' see the flex when you hear these writtens. Trust me, you know the difference. I got a long ways to climb before you see a slippage. I see the process and the journey I'm supposed to be, but perplexed, cause I don't really see nobody close to me. Hopefully this ain't wasted, and I know it ain't. You gotta take the time for seasoning to marinate. You need the patience under pressure just to detonate. I'm trying to blow up and these heathens need to get it straight. Gifted with a vision and precision, I'm just trying to make it high key. Might be breaking free like I was Zion in some Nikes. Tucked at the crib, bro, you know just where to find me. Making beats and spitting crack verses pretty likely. Yeah, socks with the burst, boy, I ain't changed a bit. Normal guy till I die, you know what it is. You probably thought I'd give up now that I got some kids, but really now I got these arrows aiming at your ribs. I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop, I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peas. Hey, please be on the notice, these my motives. Brought my chicken and it's rotis. You parsimonious, you take it all cause you a locust. My focus is to grow this mission. A visionary, get a dictionary. We here off the ribbon, we ain't sharing, we just caring. Let me speak it to the manager. We damage her, no you ain't messing with an amateur. I'm ramming, the competition ain't standing up. They fanning from left to right cause now they branded us. Now who that is? Mike Jones, they ain't want me now, they all on me. Got counterfeits trying to play me, I guess they thinking I'm Sony. These big head dummies showing up and out of their character. Homie, you need a price cause without it the squad ain't hearing you. Top of that, we ain't fearing yet. We swinging for the fences with the sting of a left hook that connects with Sonny Liston. I'm dismissing any and all of the disrespect. Nonetheless, it ain't a threat, I'm just letting y'all know who's next. I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the start, I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peas, you gon' see the...
Look what's next for me, Joe. I'm gonna get that second bell. Where the f is it? They should have had them 2 bells ready. Spit shine for me.
Yeah.
Head up in the clouds, dog, they saying I look stressed. I've been feeling down, pray to God that I'm up next. Remember when she blew me off, that's why I can't text. Now she call me petty, but I swear I can't forget. This ain't a test. Now they saying that I ball like Jerry West. Coming back for what is mine, can't take no less. I said go and take a shot, so I need your best. And stop the threats, so nobody's into me. I don't got time, I'm not giving the energy. Too many people around me, I'm finicky. I do not mess with you, dog, you're not kidding me. You don't got way too close. I been up at the top now, so they all wait for the landslide. I seen too many people that switched up, whose man's high. Through it all, I stay the same, I swear to God, I can't lie. Been down so damn low that I came up for my life. They talk way too much on the internet, it's not real life. I swear my fam waiting, I can't lose, and I'm still right. Still right, I swear that I'm working them up till like midnight. It's real life, I got a time and I'm coming to get mine. In time, I cannot lose and I'm coming right inside. I'm in my, yeah.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't ever going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On a roll, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel. Mafia, we got a little bit of a move to the upside, and we did hit our next major target, actually our second target for price here, sitting at about $97,337 as we saw that dip below our volume profile, guys. We looked for that long position. We took it, and we were anticipating that move up into our next key levels, and we have now hit the major POC of our macro range. Can we get above it and potentially push into the value area high, sitting at around $100,000 now? His could be possible. I want to take a look at some of the bullish signs on the chart. I'll obviously give you guys the bullish case and the bearish case, let you know which way I'm leaning and how I am personally trading this price action. personally, because that's what you do with your personal trading. You personally trade it. But we are hitting some levels of resistance here, guys, that we do have to be careful around. Now, it doesn't mean that we can't get above them, but I want to talk about them. And if we were to reject here, it is a macro or a significant golden pocket 786 retracement, which could be an area to put in one of those lower highs before dropping back to the downside. But if we can get above these levels, guys, we could potentially see upwards of $100,000 here for Bitcoin. And then hopefully we could get a move out of here. But as you guys know, the selling pressure on Bitcoin had been pretty aggressive until we got this bounce. So we're going to break down all the sauce for you tonight on the Frankie Candles live stream. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. Smash that like button. Every 100 likes we get gives you guys some extra chances to win some free crypto. If we hit 1,000 likes on tonight's live stream, as always, we're going to be adding $150 in Solana. At least we usually do $100 in Solana, but if we hit 1,000 likes, guys, it's been a minute. We'll make it $150 in Solana, given away on Friday night's live stream. So we're going to get into the charts in a second, but let's say what's up to the Candle Mafia. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Crypto Billy tuning in, guys. I will be on Billy Goat Tales on X at 9 p.m. tonight. If you want to check it out, Billy, please drop that link one more time. You guys can go ahead and grab that link, save it for later altcoins, alt season loading. Shout out to Lars. But yeah, guys, I'm going to be on Billy Goat Tales tonight at 9 p.m. Check it out. Be there or don't be cool. I don't know. You got to be there. You got to be there. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Thank you for dropping that link, brother. We got Jay Violet in the chat. Shout out to Jay Violet. We got Mickey says, what's up? What's up, brother? Shout out to you, bro. Welcome in, Mickey. We got Jesse, the like police, in the chat, guys. Don't forget to smash that like button. Otherwise, Jesse is going to come after you in the chat. We got Rag Capital said, we get to hear Frankie for another 3 hours. Let's go. Shout out to Rag Capital. Yeah, I'm going to lose my voice. I was filming a video earlier today, and my voice started going, so I might lose it halfway through the stream here, but we'll have to rest up before Billy Goat Tales. We got, speaking of goats, we got K Diggity in the chat. What is going on, bro? Thank you for being here. We got Gen Z dropping the hashtag values in the chat. Shout out to Ando Pancho. Welcome in, bro. And let's see who else we got in here. Bada boom, bada bing. We got Hottie in the chat said, can we check out AVAX? Yes, I will take a note here. I have some altcoins I want to take a look at. We'll take our vote here and see what you guys want to see, but I'll try to take a look at AVAX for you, brother. Thank you for being here. We got French Toaster in the chat. We got Nirvana. We got Jay Violet. I think we already shouted out Jay Violet. But welcome in, guys, and shout out our mods in the chat, guys. Show them some love. They help me out so much with this YouTube channel. So show them some love in the chat. But and we also do have a little bit of an announcement. We're going to get into it in a little while. We're going to get into the TA first, and then we're going to drop that announcement. I already had some people asking about it in the chat. And it just might have something to do with an exchange. Now, obviously, we have tons of exchanges that we like to trade on, two in particular, Femex and Blowfin. But obviously, guys, there is now another option, potentially a decentralized exchange where we can trade and still have self-custody of our money. It's a super, super cool. We're going to talk about it in just a minute. But before we do that, guys, we got a lot to look at here on the chart. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into the charts. Let's get into it. So here we are, guys, on the Bitcoin chart, and Bitcoin getting a little push to the upside here. Now, if you guys remember to last night's live stream, obviously, we got that drop below our value area yesterday before looking for that long position. And in that context, right, we get that dip below below that volume profile, and I filmed a video today, guys, breaking down this trade and exactly the strategy that I used to take this, how I'm managing this trade moving forward. So I think I'm probably gonna maybe we'll drop it. It's pretty saucy, so maybe we'll drop it a little bit later this week. But keep an eye out for that. But we have dipped below that value area, and you guys know when it comes to the volume profiles, we are not getting FOMO bearish, right, at the support levels, which is the value area low. But once we deviate below that value area low, this is where we're looking for long positions. We went ahead and fired on that trade. And yesterday we were coming up into some local levels of resistance, but we knew that there was somewhat of a possibility to creep up above that resistance and push into our next key level. I'm going to hide the position here real quick. But we knew that we could potentially, once you hold above that value area low, guys, where is that next place for price to go, or that next high probability area for price to get gravitated to? You guys know it's going to be the POC. I'm going to front run everybody in the chat. You know, once you hold above that value area low, the next high probability area for price to get gravitated to is going to be the POC of that range. Now, we were looking at some local levels and some local volume profiles here to help us with that, slight lower time frame kind of context. But in the grand scheme of things here, guys, we've already gotten from the value area low to the POC, which is usually our take profit one. And the question here is, guys, are we going to be able to flip that POC to support and get our next move into the value area high, which does sit technically at about $100,800. But we do have some other key levels of resistance that we're tapping right here. We also also have another level right up here that we do have to get above. But are we going to be able to flip that POC and get the bigger move up into that value area high? The laws of the volume profile would say we could. However, I'm going to break down the rest of the charts here with you guys and give you kind of my overall sentiment here. How likely do I think it is to be that we're going to flip this level and get a push into that value area high? But, this is two beautiful, beautiful rejections from the value area high at $102,000. Once we deviated above, you get back into that range, go to the POC, can't get back above the POC, and that is where you look for that journey down to your value area low, where you can then again look for your next long positions, which we are now currently sitting in. Let me see if I can pull up that trade real quick for you here, guys. Over on Femex. Now up $2,600. I did lock in a little bit of profit on this, but up $2,600 now at this point. I think we were up a few $100 on last night's live stream, but that did wind up paying us out overnight as we did see that but that next major target hit. So not too shabby, and this was obviously posted in the premium Discord. So, and I already saw, shout out to John Wicks in the premium Discord. I already saw he was dropping some winning P&Ls down there on the long position. And hey, shout out to John Wicks. You even got a better entry than me. Actually got a little bit of a late entry here, but even with those late entries, guys, we are able to make a good amount of money on these little pushes up or pushes down on Bitcoin, which is an absolutely beautiful, beautiful thing. And that's what I love about being a trader, right? We're not a slave to the bull markets, even though this is a long position, but we can make just as much money on these pushes to the upside as we can on the pushes to the downside, which is a very, very beautiful thing. We don't need a bull market. We don't need big rips or big dumps. We can just make money on these little ebbs and flows in the market, which is super, super nice. But let's talk about the probability of getting above this PLC and seeing $100,000, guys, because that is what everybody is here for. So now, as you guys know, let's come up here to some of these higher time frames. I'm actually going to hide some of these upper levels just to clean the chart up a bit, because from a very simple perspective here, guys, we are just simply within that volume profile. And again, this is why we don't get scared when we come down to these value area lows. If we had some no bullish confirmations to take a long down here, maybe we could have gotten that bigger breakdown to lower prices. But until we lost that value area low, these levels are not necessarily in the cards. And right now, we're kind of pretty comfortably inside of this range. So maybe we'll see the pop up right now. But I want to talk about some bullish signals. I'm going to cover the bullish case first here. Now, obviously, we do have our green dot printing here on the daily time frame because that's where daily green dots print. But one of the things that we've been looking at here is the money flow coming out. But when we are in a bull market like we are right now, a lot of times these money flows don't like to come into the red, and even when they do, a lot of times they are fake outs into the red before getting another continuation into the green, right? So we have to be careful with these money flow crossovers, at least to the downside when we're in a bullish market like this. And you might say to yourself, Frankie, crypto's been getting hammered. How could you say we're in a bullish market? Well, very simply put, you just got to zoom out, guys. We are, for sure, in a very, very big overall uptrend. Now, that doesn't mean that it can't end and we can't come down. But, when we're in a big uptrend like this, you have to be careful with those money flow crossovers. And the money flow's trying to come up here on the daily. Nothing really to, take to the bank. But, this is better to see than to not see, right? You're starting to get a little bit of curvature back to the upside on your daily. But really what I want to talk about here is that daily green dot, guys. We got that daily green dot. And what do we do when we see that daily green dot, guys? Somebody put it in the chat. I'm probably going to beat you to it. But when we see that daily green dot, simply what I do is I come on down here to the 90-minute time frame, and we look for our 90-minute money flow to cross over into the green. If we're able to get that 90-minute money flow crossover into the green at the same time as that daily green dot is printing, oftentimes, guys, this is what we call a market cipher B116 strategy, and oftentimes when we see that, we are able to see the trend continue to the upside. Now, this does not mean we can't get corrections, higher lows, and then continuations up to the high, because the money flow is going to be indicating the trend is going to continue to the upside. It doesn't necessarily mean we have to, yoink right to the 100K target. And I'm going to show you guys the exact levels that I'm looking for next. Last night, what we were looking for as our major targets, I'll pull up the local time frames. You guys know, I can even come down here to where we actually were. Let's see the time here. Monday. Let's see here. So Monday. 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we were coming into that first target. We came up and hit that. Our next target after that was going to be the local point of control of the range. We came in there, got a little bit of turbulence, and then once we got above that local POC, we were looking for price to shoot up into this purple box, starting with that macro point of control from our larger range that we were just looking at, right? Just right here, same level. I just also marked this on the local level so we knew it was there. So we came up to our first target, hit our second target, and now we have come up and hit our third target. And I want to talk about these next targets to the upside, guys, because as we are tapping this macro POC, And again, just remember, I kind of came off of this, but that 90-minute money flow would indicate the trend is likely to continue to the upside. I'm going to pull up the main range just because it's a little bit cleaner to look at. But, even if we get a little bit of a cool-off here, if we can keep this 90-minute money flow in the green, we could potentially see the continuation of that trend to the upside, getting us above that POC and potentially targeting up towards that value area high, getting closer to 100,000 to 100,800. And this is kind of what I'm expecting here, guys, right? You go from the value area low, you look to get gravitated towards the POC. You're obviously aware of the local levels of resistance that you have on the lower time frames, but for the most part, you're expecting that journey up to the POC. Check it off. Target hit, right? Next target is simply going to be the value area high. However, we have to keep in mind those local targets again, right? Because, there's no guarantee, although it is very probable once we get above that POC to see the value area high, there is a possibility that we could reject some local levels. So the question is, if we're going to get that rejection, Frankie Candles, what is that likely place to get that rejection from? Well, if we pull from the high of our price action here, this local swing high, right, all the way to the low that we made down here yesterday, you can see not only did we come up and tap this POC, but we also have our golden pocket sitting just above. And I'm going to stay on the higher time frames here, guys, just to kind of simplify the charts. I think a lot of people might get a little bit confused when we start bringing up like all the local levels. And for the most part, unless you're trading the lower time frames, they're not necessarily that important for the overall movement of price. It kind of just, those local price action, those local levels kind of just give you that noise in the market, right? But we have our golden pocket POC. So this is technically a zone of resistance. This is coming in between about 98K and 97,318, which is pretty much what we just came up to hit today. But why are we careful here, guys? Well, if we are going to continue an overall downtrend, right? Meaning, if we are going to continue our macro downtrend, because as you guys know, we have been looking at that daily money flow coming out for the most part here. This is not necessarily what you want to see. This kind of shows us that maybe money flow is on the way to the downside, and if we get that crossover into the red, we could see an overall downtrend continue. And if we are going to see that downtrend continue, guys, unfortunately, we are kind of tapping one of those high probability areas to have that lower high come in at, right? We have the high, the lower high, and then a lower low. Are we going to continue putting in lower highs and lower lows, breaking structure to the downside, targeting some of these lower levels, which we looked at yesterday? I'm not really going to cover these today because we cover them a lot, right? We've been looking at these levels for quite some time. So I'm not going to get into the exact levels. I will pull them up on the chart just so you guys are aware of them. You can kind of see them pop up here. 87.3 down to about $85,200. Those are the next key levels to the downside. But if we are going to put in a lower high, guys, between the golden pocket and that 786 is going to be the, big area. If we're going to put that lower high in, these are, in my opinion, the highest probability areas to be looking for those lower highs to come in at. So it's nice that we got into that golden pocket retracement, but we do have to, get out of here in order to call for higher prices. And, and by higher prices, I mean to get out of this range and potentially launch. But it is a very, very simple golden pocket 786 retracement when pulled from this local high to the low that we put in yesterday. And that zone is coming in between 97,318, which is what we came up to hit today, all the way up to that 786, which is sitting at $99,844. And I'll tell you this, guys, even if we are able, if we're able to come up and flip this golden pocket, even if we're able to come into the 786 and then we get the lower high here, it's still pretty close to 100K, right? So my thought process here is are we about to see 100K come in? Well, if we all we have to do is flip this POC golden pocket, and even if we're going to put that lower high in, we could easily see that $100,000 Bitcoin come in. Now, is this guaranteed? Obviously not, right? So we have to be really careful at the level of resistance that we're kind of banging our head on right now. But with that 90-minute money flow, guys, it doesn't really look that bad. I would say, if there's anything that could bring us up into that 786 and even the value area high, really what I'm going to do here is I'm going to look at these as two separate levels, right? We're going to have the golden pocket POC, and then we're going to have the value area high 786, right? So these are the two next targets. I'll even put a price label on these, right? So, next target's, somewhere in here, and then that next target is going to be, between 99,826 and about 100,800, right? So basically between 100 and 100.8K. These are the next two targets, right? Bada boom, bada bing. Just like on last night's live stream, where we go, right? Just like on last night's live stream, the targets were this, and then this. We came up, we hit one, we hit two. The next targets, very simply put, are going to be right here, right? 98K almost, all the way into about 100,000 to 100,800. Pretty nice here. Pretty nice here with that money flow crossover into the green. Now, if we see this yoink right back into the red, it could get stepped on, guys. Anything is possible. And I will even say here, maybe we can get this push up during the live stream. But if we start looking at some of these other time frames, one thing that I don't love here, and this would just be shorter term. This doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to nuke down to 0, but we do have our VWAP here on the 4-hour time frame coming towards that 0 line. So once we print that 4-hour red dot, and again, one of the other things that had us a little sketched out here was that 4-hour money flow being in the red. This is getting a pretty harsh rejection from that 0 line. So if we print this red dot on the 4-hour, this could cause some low time frame noise, right? Potentially giving us some kind of a pullback before maybe coming up and attacking the rest of that value, that final target at the value area high, 786 retracement. Now with that red dot incoming here, guys, we come down to the 15-minute. This 15-minute is fighting for its life, right? Because you see that VWAP coming down on the 4-hour. If we get that red dot and this 15-minute money flow crosses into the red, that would kind of give me the idea that we're probably going to get, it would make me somewhat locally bearish, right? And locally meaning short term. And again, you have an opportunity to put in some higher lows and continue up. But that's kind of what I'm looking at. If we are not going to see this push up above that POC and a continuation into the value area high, that 4-hour red dot may be the thing that gives us the answer to the question of if we can flip this and get that push into our next target. Very simply put. So it's kind of mixed signals, right? Like low time frame, 4-hour, 15-minute looks kind of bearish, but then that daily and 90-minute is looking pretty good. And the nice thing here is the bullish scenario is on the higher time frames, right? The 4-hour, 15-minute are lower time frames than the daily 90-minute. So typically the higher time frames do have more strength than the lower time frames. So it's nice that the bullish side is on those higher time frames. So maybe that 4-hour comes in, could potentially see us get a little bit of turbulence before maybe coming up and attacking that POC once again and coming up to our next target. And that's what I'm looking at here, guys. Pretty simple, right? We look for that long position. We're now at that first major target. Now the next kind of thought process is like, let's see if we can break above that POC and get that next move to the upside. And hopefully, if it happens, guys, hopefully it just happens on the dang live stream. Give us something exciting here. Give us something exciting here, Bitcoin. Give us some fireworks for the Frankie Candles live stream. But yeah, other than that, guys, that daily 90-minute is really the main thing that I'm looking at. This or 2-hour money flow back in the green as well. But this 90-minute money flow with that daily green dot is the bullish case here. Now, right, we have to cover both scenarios, right? And in my opinion, I'll tell you what, as we look at this price action up here, as we're kind of playing around with these levels, we never really got any kind of like bearish divergences here. Yeah, like no bearish divergences. You don't really have higher highs on your price action. You really have lower highs. So no bearish divergences here. If we were coming up and bing-bonging around up here, putting in bear divs, higher highs on our price action with lower highs on our momentum waves, money flow coming out, that would be a little bit more bearish in my opinion. And that I probably would be in a head short position here, a new head short position if that were the case. But, we're just kind of coiling up underneath this POC. Hopefully we can pop above it. Now the question is, if we don't get that move to the upside, what's the bearish case here? Well, simply put, guys, we're within our major volume profile. So in my opinion, right, like unless, if we do get a harsh rejection here, and if we pull our fib from the low to the high here, right, this is going to be our technical, retracement levels that we'll be looking at. You could look, at some other local Fibonacci retracements. Maybe we come into here. We kind of already got that retracement to the 786. But starting here, and I would probably just pull this full retracement, to be honest. 92.3, and the 786 comes right in on that value area high. So to be quite honest with you guys, like I would probably just be looking at this as the overall range. If we get the correction here, your key level of support is very simple. It's the value area low. I could even get rid of the 786 that was here. Let me see if I can. Bear with me here, guys. Let me go ahead and unlock this so I can come in here and delete this 786 real quick. Bada boom. So, if we come down, like your key level of support is pretty simple here, right? Like you're just at the middle of the range. Got the long down here. If you come back down here, this is, again, your key level of support. And if you do wind up losing this range, that is where that open door with that low volume gap. Do not forget about that low volume gap that we were looking at on yesterday's live stream. This is still living under here, right? So we start losing that daily here. Could fall through that low volume gap, bringing us down to some of these other scarier targets. But until we start coming back down to that value area low, we don't really have to entertain those lower targets, right? Because at this point, we're pretty far away from that value area low. So pretty simple price action here in my own personal opinion. Maybe if we look at, if I hide that main range real quick, bada boom, bada bing, bada boom. And let me just go ahead and hide that volume profile. I'll hide the dailies as well. If we pull up our local profiles here, it would be nice, right? Let me just hide this box. I'm going to look at this in the context of just this local value area. right? So locally, we've gotten above this local POC. So at this point, from this smaller time frame, you're above. I can get rid of this too because we already broken above that. We got rid of that POC. We got above that, and we can get rid of all this, right? So at this point, right, locally, you're above that value area low. You flip that POC to support, and now again, you're looking to creep up towards that local value area high, which is sitting at 98,681. If we correct back to the downside, let's pull this local fib here real quick. Bada boom, right? You do, now it's not beautiful confluence to be quite honest with you, but if we do cool off, you can look at these local levels. Local value area low sitting at 94,252. Now again, in my opinion, based off the volume profiles, it's probably more likely to get the fill to the high, but this doesn't mean that we can't cool off first. So if we do come down, POC is local support. Break down below that, your value area low at 94,252 is your local support, right? So maybe we come down here, wick below here. That could be a higher low situation where we come up and then visit the high. I don't want to try to predict the exact movement of price here. It's very, very hard to do for anybody, but these are the local levels. Local range, value area low, 94,252. Local POC, 95,652. And then the value area high is coming in at 98,687. So this would be like the lower time frames that I would be trading. And then the higher time frame context would just simply be looking at our major range. So there you go. That's what we're looking at, guys. Paying out nicely on those long positions. I am still holding a portion of my short from originally from 106K. My entry did come down a little bit because I added to it and then took profit again down here. So that position is a little bit smaller and that entry has come down a little bit, but I am hedged with a short position, which is still in profit as well. So we'll see what happens here, guys. Hopefully we can get that continuation to the upside. I could feel my voice going, but I really like this two-hour money flow. I like the 90-minute money flow with the green dot on the daily. Even our 2-day is starting to roll back up here with its VWAP. Let's see if we can print that green dot. That'd be another extra confirmation for a potential push to the upside. But in simple terms here, guys, it is simple volume profile stuff. And as long as we don't put in some really bearish confirmations at that between the golden pocket 786, we could easily see that fill up to the value area high. But we definitely have to be careful here. It's the same situation that we had back here when we were coming into this golden pocket retracement. We had the golden pocket at 102K, 786 at 104, and when we were looking at money flow coming out on key time frames, making us anticipate a lower high, right? High, lower high, right? Continuing that downtrend. We knew that lower high was likely to come in between the golden pocket and the 786. And what happened? We came up to that golden pocket, put in those bearish confirmations. That was a deviation above the value area. This is where you look for shorts, get back into the range, back to the POC, reject that POC, back to the low. Take that long position. It is the same strategy on the way back up. But it's not just as easy as taking the long and praying that you get up to the value area high. You want to understand the context of the market and where those quote-unquote danger zones are for the next lower high to come in. Because if we did wind up putting that lower high in right here, it would just continue that downtrend absolutely perfect. So we have to be careful of that. But again, that daily 90-minute is your bullish case. Let's see if we can get that 90-minute money flow to stay in the green. And hopefully we can see that continuation to the upside. And I'll be honest, I don't care if it pumps or dump right now. Do something during the live stream, Bitcoin. Do something. Do something. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's see. Let's check in on chat real quick. Is CVO in here? Yo, CVO in the chat. What is going on, bro? Good to see you in here. I like that you're stopping by the live streams, bro. What is going on? I hope you're doing well. He says Panty Hamster. What a name. Is that a meme coin, Panty Hamster? I'm not going to lie, guys. I'll degen out on some meme coins once in a while, but Panty Hamster. Anybody know where I could pick that up? Panty Hamster. Is that a meme coin? Let me know what the heck that is, guys. If it's not a meme coin, I wonder what it is. Let's see here. And CVO with the mod wrench. Let's go. He says, I literally just fell on the like button. Consider it very smashed. Hashtag Panty Hamster. What is Panty Hamster? Shout out to CVO. Fart Dust is crushing as well. Shout out to CVO. Maybe we could check that in a little bit. Let's see. It's the name of a strip club. Yo, if that's not the case, that is the best name. I'm rolling. Shout out to CVO. Wait, is it really a strip club or is it a meme coin? Let me know. It's got to be a meme coin, right? Hey, you guys want to hit the Panty Hamster after this? Oh God, Mafia, we're already derailed today. Tell me it's going lower. I want more cheaper prices. Shout out to Eric. I mean, here's the thing, bro. I'll tell you this, right? From a higher time frame perspective, we really do have to be careful, right? Because if I hide this, right, technically we have a high, a low, a lower high, a lower low. That is why we are in danger of potentially putting in a lower high, right? Technically in, let's come up to like the daily, right? Technically, we are trending to the downside, right? That's why we're at risk of putting in a lower high. And when we were looking at this before, right, when we were starting to come down looking for this lower high, it had a lot to do with a lot of this money flow trying to come into the red here. And that's why we just simply pull our golden pocket retracement, look for that lower high. We know that's the highest probability to put that in at, or the highest probability area to put that lower high in at for the continuation to the downside to continue breaking structure down to lower prices. And we're simply in that same scenario where we could, and again, this fib will move, right, from the current low to the current recent swing high, right? That just gives us that danger zone, right? Like that is sitting there. I want you guys to have this on your chart. From the 786 to the golden pocket between 99,870 to 97,413. Like this is the area if we're going to do it, right? It's kind of hard because it's kind of the gateway that we need to get up to that 100K level, but it's also the area where we have the highest probability of putting in a lower high and coming down to some of those lower prices, again, coming between 87.3 and 85.2. So question is, are we going to get the bearish case or are we going to get the bullish case? I'll tell you this. If we can come up to just about 100K, that would be nice. Once you flip that 786, this gives, in my opinion, the doorway. At this point, you're above your macro value area high. You're flipping your local... you're flipping your local 786, and I think that could easily give you a move, even if it's just to about 100 and... I don't want to say a random thing here. Yeah, like we get above that 786, like maybe we can get into that $104,000 zone. But still, if we want Bitcoin to go into new all-time highs, I want to be very clear about the context that I'm looking at right now. If you want Bitcoin to go into new all-time highs, this is not necessarily the doorway because this is a local fib. But if you pull your full from the high to the low here, that 786 is still sitting at about 104K, right? And that, in my opinion, is going to be the doorway to potentially all-time highs. Once you flip that 786, again, if you're looking for macro lower highs, yeah, I don't know. It's a little bit wonky, in my opinion, to be quite honest with you. But yeah, like once you get above that 786, that's kind of where I would be looking up towards new highs. And in my opinion, right, the next local areas I would be looking for highs to come in at is simply going to be sitting between about $112,000 and $114,000. Not shown on this chart here, but between about $112,000 and $114,000 is kind of, if we break the all-time high, you could probably just take this, right, 116.3 all the way down to 112. We're probably going to, if we get another push above the highs here, break that 108K high. You're probably going to come up in here and play in these Fibonacci extension zones, at least in my opinion, right? If you melt through this, you have about 120K up here. It's another big target to be looking at. But again, it's a little too soon, in my opinion, right? The fact that we are kind of sitting in the middle of our... let me pull it up here. The fact that we are sitting in the middle of our macro range here, it's a little hard to like either call for lower lows or higher highs here. Like, let's just get above this POC and see if we can come into the value area high, and then we can reassess the situation. But just remember, guys, the POC is always the strongest level within the profile. This is the area where the most volume was transacted. And if I turn on the actual profile here, you can see, right, the highest volume node comes in on that POC. That's why it is the point of control, is the area where the highest volume was transacted. And this can act as not only critical resistance, but it also acts as a magnet. So, I hope that we don't just kind of come in and do some boring stuff around this POC, which is definitely possible. But at this point, right, let's just like take what we have. You have to take what the charts gives you. We got that nice position. We take profit, move our stop loss. Now our job is to get above that POC and start moving up towards that value area high with those local fib levels in mind, right? You have that confluence here and then the confluence up here. So not too shabby. If you want lower prices, it's not that it can't come in, but you're really going to have to come all the way back down to this value area low. Once we start playing around with this again, I will be looking for longs, but at that point, I do think it's probably going to be a little bit more likely that there's no bullish confirmations that pop up here, and we maybe get the bigger drop to the downside. Every time we come down to this $90,000 level, $89,000 level, we are absolutely playing with fire, guys, because of that volume gap that we have sitting below. Right? You do not want to lose the daily, right, at $87,000. It's right where that low volume gap opens up. So, like, once you come down here, that's why it's the, oh my God, please bounce level, because you lose that, yikes, could be coming down for some pretty bearish price action. Let me come in and check in on some of these super chats. Yo, guys, thank you for the love. I appreciate every single one of you. Shout out to Jesse, said, I seen somebody named Panty Hamster. Panty Hamster, are you in the chat? He is. Yo, Panty Hamster is a person in the chat. Shout out to Panty Hamster. That's the best YouTube name. One of the best YouTube names I have ever seen. Okay, I see CVO said it's the name of one of your followers. Shout out to Panty Hamster, bro. Maybe we should change the name of the channel and have Panty Hamster think of a cool name for us. But yeah, let's see. Shout out to Creighton C. Good to see you, bro. I hope you're doing well, Creighton. Welcome in, bro. He said, how do you not smash the like? Frankie is a handsome boy. He's a nice boy. He used to bring donuts to the senior center. True story. Frankie Donuts and Tony. Frankie Donuts and Tony Two Fingers. Nice boys. I got 2 fingers for those who don't smash the like. Shout out to Creighton C. Let's go, bro. Welcome in, and thank you for being here. Thank you for the super chat. And I hope you're doing well, Creighton. I hope you're doing well. Super pumped to see you in the chat. And CVO, thank you for the super chat, bro. He says, LMAO, Panty Hamster is a username in your chat. They are your biggest fan, and I'm rolling on the floor laughing and still smashing the like button. Let's go. Shout out to CVO. I appreciate you, bro. And I do see you, Panty Hamster. I do see you now. I didn't see you before. He said, how do I turn my name into a meme coin? I'm in. Shout out to Panty Hamster. Yo, we are already derailed here. We are already derailed. But shout out to the Top's Top. Shout out to you, bro. Says, why the hatch are you not looking at XEN? We could try to take a look at it for you, bro. We'll see if we have time at the end of the stream. We can try to take a look at it. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. And yeah, we can try to take a look at XCN. Inspector Chris, thank you for the super chat, said, what a trade. From what I've learned, I made enough to be in the kitchen, a.k.a. the premium Discord, for the next 10 years and pay my credit card. Lol, forget the sauce. Frankie's got the recipe. Thanks. Thanks, Frankie. Shout out to Inspector Chris, bro. Let's go. Shout out to Inspector Chris. This is what I love, man. This is what I live for, is seeing these chats of people making money from what we teach here, right? Not taking signals or just randomly following trades, but actually learning and putting it into practice and making money trading Bitcoin. Shout out to Inspector Chris. Let's go, Bo. Let's go, Bo. Let's go, bro. Shout out to you. Bing bong. Congrats on your win. Mrs. Candles is going to kill me. Shout out to Inspector Chris. Congrats, bro. And thank you for being here. We got Crypto Anon in the chat. What's up, Cryptonon? Let's get it, buddy. Let's get it. Tony Two Fingers. Oh, God, CVO, we're out of control, bro. We're out of control. Somebody's going to report this live stream. Unbelievable. And Inspector Chris killing it. Absolutely. Absolutely. If you have hamsters in your pants, you need to see a doctor. Shout out to Wig 589. Yes. Please go to the vet and the MD if you have a hamster in your pants. Maybe you call the police if somebody put it in there. All right, shout out to Rollins420. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for the super chat. Said, unicorn fart dust, please. Shout out to Rollins. We'll try to take a look at unicorn fart dust. I'm just going to write fart here on the notebook. We'll try to take a look. We're going to try to take a look at as many altcoins as we can, guys. We can't guarantee that we look at every single one of them. We only have a limited amount of time here, but we will try to get to as many as we can. Let's see. Mark Dutch said, wifey just invented the new Satisfier 3.0. Oh, God, what is this turning into? He'll rolling from laughing. Shout out to Jesse, bro. But Fartcoin is its own thing. True, Kembro. True. Okay, so I'm going to do you fart. Did you fart, Kembro? Shout out to Kembro. Let's see. How many coins are too many coins to hold in your opinion? Shout out to Mike Ramirez. This really depends on your situation, right? Like, I don't know if there's like just a general end-all be-all answer for this. I would say it really depends, man. It's a hard answer to give, right? Maybe like 7 to 10 in my opinion, but a lot of people might think that's low. A lot of people might think that's a lot. It really is personal preference. For me, like 7 to 10, I tend to like roll around in my coins. I put them on the floor and I just roll around in them. No, I'm kidding. But, I like to rotate my money around. So, if I were to tally up all the coins that I owned through a bull market, it would be a lot higher than the amount of coins that I hold at one time. If you're hopping through narratives and stuff like that, obviously that's an important thing to pay attention to, is like, where's the hot narrative? Where's that next pump going to come in? So it is really, 7 to 10. Some people might think it's a lot. Some people might think that's a little. I think it's like a happy medium. But it all depends on like how much capital do you have to invest. It's going to be different depending on many different factors. A lot of people, if you don't have a lot of time to stare at the charts all day, maybe you just want to hold a couple of coins that are higher up on that market cap list, somewhat trusty coins, right? And then just not have to worry about it all the time. So it really depends, right? Those degens, like us crypto degens are probably going to hold a lot more coins than a normal person. So it really depends, but hopefully that helps you out and gives you a little bit of an idea of what kind of how I have 7. Shout out to oh my God, I don't Johanito. I think I said that right. Probably not though. But yeah, I think 7 to 10 is pretty decent. CVO said XRP popping at $3 soon or what? Well, we'll keep an eye here on Bitcoin, guys, as the price action develops. Come on, Bitcoin. Come on. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on this. I do want to jump into some of those altcoins. We'll take a look at XRP, CVO. I want to take a look at Ethereum. Now, obviously, Ethereum did get, right? We looked at Ethereum last night on the live stream. And let me go ahead and come up to the 4-hour here, populate that volume profile, right? So yesterday, Ethereum, we were looking at some very specific price levels, right? We got that bounce from the value area low, and I talked about how, it seemed crazy, right? I talked about $3,000 like a couple weeks ago, and it's like, I feel crazy, right? Like, I'm like, hey, guys, this level is down here. I don't know if we're going to see it, but it is the value area low, and the fact that we did tap our value area high, get that rejection back down to the POC, didn't get above the POC. We start that journey down to the value area low. I sit out of all this nasty, choppy noise, guys. These are not high probability trades. That's why, like, even here, like, nasty chop, right? I would rather wait to come into our key levels, which, in my opinion, or in my situation, are always going to be sitting between the value area high and the value area low. What happens? You push into that value area high. You get some nice bearish confirmations. Take notes here if you want to learn how to trade, guys. This is a simple confirmation you can look for at key resistance if you're looking for short positions. 4-hour bearish divergence, putting in those higher highs in on price action into your golden pocket value area high with that spider line confluence flying right through there. And what happens? You get the higher highs, lower highs on your 4-hour momentum waves. Your bearish divergence is then confirmed. At that point, you can look for a move down to your POC at least. And then if you can't get back above that POC, you look for that journey down to the value area low. And again, this is choppy. I don't like to trade this. I would much rather sit on my hands and wait for that push down into our key level, which was the value area low / golden pocket, right? And then this is where we look for the bounce. And our first target was sitting here on the golden pocket 786, sitting between 32.46 and 31.74. Where is Ethereum sitting right now? Right inside that golden pocket 786 pocket, right? I don't know, where were we last night on the live stream? What was that? Yesterday was Monday at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? So looking just like we were looking for Bitcoin to push into the local POC and the main POC of the range, we look for Ethereum to push into that golden pocket, get above that golden pocket. The next likely place for price to go is to get that pop up to the 786, right? And then we're kind of just bing-bonging around here. So the level to break here is definitely going to be that 786 retracement at 32.40, right? 32.40 about, right? Once you get above that, we have our next bigger target sitting on more of a macro retracement, because again, this was a local Fibonacci retracement, and then we have it pulled from the absolute high here locally, or I don't know if I would call this locally, right? But from the value, this previous swing high down to this current swing low, that is your higher time frame or your more significant golden pocket 786. So once we break out of this 786 retracement, we could potentially be looking for that next major target between the golden pocket. I'm going to look at this as one big zone, right? Sitting between 34.32 and 35.67, right? Get above that 786, right? Because we could say, hey, there's a possibility of a lower high coming in here, right? So we have to be careful here. But if you could flip that, it invalidates the idea of that lower high and would call for the move into your next Fibonacci retracement, right? And just in the grand scheme of things, if I get rid of all these Fibonacci levels, what are we eventually just kind of looking at in the long term? Hold the value area low, look to get gravitated towards where? Your POC of the range. But you don't want to forget that you have those local areas of resistance, right? Because we know, could put in a lower high there for a break of structure to the downside. But if we get above here, that next area for a high probability lower high is going to be on this higher time frame, golden pocket 786, which just coincidentally or conveniently comes pretty good confluence with that POC. So your next major target for Ethereum, right? Technically locally, right? You would just want to pop back up to that 786, right? But the higher time frame, next target would be sitting up here in that purple box one more time, sitting between about. Let me get that a little bit more accurate here. Sitting at about 35.67 to 34.28. Very simply put. And then once we get into that zone, that's a very, very, very key level of resistance, because that's another area where we could likely put in a lower high and a continuation lower. Once you break that 786, you simply look up towards that value area high at $3,700. But we do have a little bit of work to do to get all the way up there, right? We're still pretty, significantly far away from there. 15% pump to the value area high. But again, in the simple context, you're just looking at things in terms of your value area, right? So you have to be aware of those local levels, but just in simple higher time frame context, simply put, right? Deviate above the high, look for your short positions, get rejected, bearish retest on the value area high, go to the POC. In this case, we bing-bong sideways, went back to the high before coming to the low, so it was a crazy journey to get back down to that value area low. But, you see you lose that POC, you get a big drop down, almost tapping this lower box before getting your move back up to the high, right? That's why we want to wait for the high probability trades at these key levels. And again, the video that I filmed earlier today, guys, was about this very trading strategy that we use. And I show you exactly how to get this stuff on your chart. And I even break down at least the context of the trade that Bitcoin long that I'm in right now. I break down this trade that I just showed in the beginning of the stream. I break this down step by step. Why we were waiting for this level, why we took the trade, exactly the confirmations that we looked for, which again do vary between trade to trade. But in this case, we had very specific confirmations. I show you exactly what we were looking for and exactly how I'm managing that trade from start to halfway finished. But let's see. Do I think ETH breaks down below 3K again midterm? Shout out to Batu. Thank you for the, that was not a super chat, but thank you for the regular chat. I'll tell you this, right? We come up here to the higher time frames on Ethereum. We took a look at this yesterday. I made somebody else say the price target because I didn't want to say it out loud. I don't want anybody coming after me. But I will say this, right? We get the... your key level of support here, as it has been for quite some time, it just took a while to get down there, sitting at, $3,000. Once we get below this level, our danger zone, right, our mommy hold us level, just like on Bitcoin, that mommy hold us level is sitting right here at about 87.3, right, because that's where your low volume gap begins, right? Very simple way to view the market through volume profiles, guys. That's your danger zone. Price likes to stick to these high volume nodes. Once you fall into the gaps, typically you get quick moves, right? Quick move up. Well, that's right in line with that gap. So typically, you'll see a quick move back to the downside, right? So you don't want to fall through these low volume gaps. But when it comes to Ethereum, right, and we look at this, if I pull up the VPVR over here, okay, there it is, right? You can see this high volume node right here at about 2880 is kind of that key level that if you break it, you could fall into this low volume gap, bringing you down towards about, I would say, between $2,700 and $2,600, where you have your 786 retracement, your previous value area high, right? And then your high volume node sitting right here at about $2,600. So, you could even maybe extend this whole zone. Whoops. You could potentially extend this whole zone like that, right? So that's your next major level of support. I like to be a little bit more tactile because, I know, what I'm looking at here as far as the volume profiles, but you break down below that level, you could get the quick move down to this blue zone, and then you have that backup support here on the POC of that range, obviously in line with that high volume node. So I'll say this, if you want under 3K for Ethereum, I'll tell you this. You need to lose that key high volume node sitting specifically at 2888. We give it all away here on the Frank Candles YouTube channel. We give you those exact price levels, and not only those exact price levels, but why those price levels are so important, right? Shout out to Crypto Billy. Let's get it. Shout out to Crypto Billy gifting those 40 Frankie Candles memberships. Billy, you don't got to do that, bro. Shout out to Crypto Billy. We appreciate you so much. Dropping those green names in the chat. Thank you, Crypto Billy. Thank you so much, bro. You're the best, dude. Let's go. Look at all the green names in the chat right now. Drop some candles in the chat for Crypto Billy, guys. If you just got a green name, drop those purple candles in the chat. Let's go with the 20x2. Shout out to Chemistry, bro. Crypto Billy, thank you so much. I love you back, Crypto Billy. I love you back, Billy. You're the man. I'm excited for tonight, bro. I'm excited for tonight. Unbelievable. We got so many more green names now. This is insane. Shout out to Crypto Billy, dude. You're insane. You're insane. You do not have to do that, Billy. We love you, though. And I know the Candle Mafia appreciates it as well. Let's see. Shout out to Gordon. Said, whoa, what just happened? What the heck? Well, Crypto Billy just gifted us 40 Frankie Candles memberships. So if your name turned green, which I actually didn't even see if it did. But if your name turns green, you now have access to special Frankie Candles exclusive emojis, and maybe we'll start making membership only content. That would be pretty cool. Some like exclusive tutorials or something like that. Maybe we'll start doing something like that. Gang, shout out to AD. I can't see that whole name, bro. I would probably butcher it if I could, though. Let's see. Shout out to Munchie says, dang. We got Mr. Market in the chat, said, my name was green almost the whole bear market. The bull run has so many people showing up. It gets less likely. Yeah, shout out to Mr. Market. The more people in the chat, maybe we'll have to gift some extra memberships just to, just switch up the weight of how many people are in here. Let's see. Shout out to Tony D. Thank you for the super chat. Said, you have to say this like a king calling out a command from his throne. Frankie, announce the decks. Shout out to Tony D, guys. Yeah, so as I said, we do have a little bit of an announcement here. Before I bring it up here, guys, I do just want to say there is a new exchange coming out, but this exchange is a little bit different than the typical exchanges that we trade on. Like I said, we have our favorite exchanges, Blowfin, Femex, typical exchanges that we use here. But we've talked about this before in the past, the idea of a DEX, like a decentralized exchange where you can trade just like you do on Blowfin or Femex, but having another option to do it in a decentralized way. So let's go ahead and see if we can pull this up. Guy, hope I didn't leak anything super secret there in the premium. I'm just kidding, guys. But let's see. The exchange is shout out to Jesse. Thank you for the super chat, bro. Says hashtag givers gain. But yeah, guys, this is super, super, super exciting. For some reason, anyway, the exchange is called Arctic Exchange, guys. This is a DEX. It is a decentralized exchange, meaning it is self-custody. You do not have to hold your money on the actual exchange. You connect your wallet, and you get all the benefits of an actual decentralized exchange. But we could trade on it like we typically trade on these other exchanges as well. So it's a really, really good option to have, and there's a lot of really cool features. Number one, very simply put, 0 KYC ever. You never have to KYC. It's decentralized. So that's like a huge thing. I know a lot of people, struggle with the KYC stuff. So this is a really good option, but it's community owned. You guys can click this PDF at the bottom of the announcement in the free Discord if you want to check it out. But we are lucky enough to be part of their soft launch, guys. They are soft launching this on Thursday, and they wanted the CandleMafia to be a part of it, which is super, super cool. Shout out to Arctic Exchange. Pretty insane. But if you guys want to get in, it's going to be, trading's going to start on Thursday. I'm going to tell you how to get in a second, but some of these cool features, guys, huge staking benefits. They actually let you become a market maker by contributing to the liquidity pool. And here's like my favorite part, right? They allow multiple long or short positions on the same exact pair. Yes, you can open up 2 long positions on Bitcoin with different leverage, different margin at the same time, right? So you don't have to, a lot of exchanges let you do hedge mode where you can long and short the same asset, but you could open up multiple trades on the same asset in the same direction, which is super, super, super cool. It was developed by traders for traders, and this is really exciting. I really like this. I'm super pumped to start messing around with this. But yeah, if you come to the free Discord here, guys, just come to the announcements and click this PDF if you want more information on the tokenomics of everything. But if you guys want to get in, Tony just dropped the Google form in that super chat. Thank you for the super chat, Tony. But yeah, check out that Google form, guys. You got to click that. And when it asks you who referred you, you have to put, you're going to see me, Jason Casper, and CryptoFace. So if you put me, you have to put me as the referral to get into the soft launch. There's only 1,000 spots available. Feel super lucky to be part of the soft launch. Super exciting, guys. I can't wait to start messing around with this. We're probably going to make a pre-recorded video talking a little bit more about this. But go ahead and check out that link. Come to the Discord. Come into this PDF. Read all about it. And it's super cool. It's really, really cool. So go check it out. And then can I pin this? I don't think I can pin. Yeah, Tony, I can't pin this to the chat, so maybe, he already pinned it to the top of the chat. So click that super chat or click the link or click the pinned chat at the top of the chat because that's where pinned chats go. If you guys want to get in there, super, super cool. Can't wait to start messing around with this. But it's a nice option to have that, decentralized aspect of things. A lot of people, it's I always say you don't want to hold all your money on exchanges, but it's nice to have a DEX option. I pinned mine already. Shout out to Tony D. So go check that out if you guys are interested, and more to come out on that moving forward. Let's see. Shout out to the Biomex in the chat. What is going on, Biomex? Welcome in, bro. Thank you for being here. But let's go. Hashtag Givers Gain. Let's go. Givers Gain in the chat. Let's get it. But guys, I want to move on here. We took a look at Ethereum. I'm going to take a sip of this Aztecian Cactus Moss Water. Let's see. Tony D said, guys, too much information to all address here, but please check out that PDF attached to the Discord announcement for details. Yeah, all the details are in that PDF. Let's see. Can we check Mina? Yeah, we could try. We're going to try to take a look at as many altcoins as we can. Drop your favorite altcoin in the chat right now and rob the crypto snob if he's still here. If not, oh yeah, there's Rob. If you guys want your drop your favorite altcoins in the chat, Rob the Crypto Stomp, count up the votes, and let us know what we're looking at. We took a look at Ethereum. Shout out to Kevin, says, go Frankie. We're winning. Go, go, go. Shout out to Kevin. What's going on, bro? Welcome in. Yeah, Jupe, we could try to take a look at Jupe. Hey, shout out to Batu. Rob, let's drop Jupe on that list if you can. He said he's walking the dog. Don't bother Rob. Don't bother Rob. Walking your dog is one of the most important things you could do. Rob, don't you dare try to come back to that computer or go back to your phone. Enjoy your time with your dog. Kembro or one of the other mods, if you guys can get that list going of the altcoins, drop them in the chat right now. We took a look at Ethereum. And again, I forgot who asked it. I think it might have been Batu. If you want that sub $3,000 Ethereum for some kind of an extended period of time, this is your key level to lose, right? 28.88. Again, that is technically below $3,000, but you lose this, you're probably going to get another shot at a $3,000 Ethereum. From a money flow perspective, I will say this, guys. Green dot is about to print on the daily. If we can get that green dot on Ethereum on the daily, watching that same thing, 90-minute money flow starting to cross over here. So if we can get that green dot soon, we're going to be looking for that move up to that POC. And then obviously your key level of support is this $3,000 zone down here. And then 28.88, lose that. Probably going to get a little bit of a free fall to the downside. This is the danger zone. There we go. Danger. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue on here. I do want to take a look at XRP. I know this is a crowd favorite. So let's see here. So XRP, we looked at this yesterday, guys. Next major level to the upside was the 786. We've now come up and hit that level. We came up. Well, let me get rid of this, right? We came up. We tapped against that value area high, and we got that push into the 786. This is your last level here, right? We can get above that 786. This is where I would look for a push into the all-time high, which is sitting right here at $3.31. So 786, flip this to support. Now, we do have to be a little bit careful. Like, remember, we've been looking at XRP for quite some time. This does look like she might be ready to go. But that level of kind of confirmation, in my opinion, is to flip that 786 to support. You start creeping up here. Next major target, in my opinion, the only one before that all-time high, is sitting right here at 30. I would keep saying 30. $3.14, your first Fibonacci extension. But at that point, right, you're basically at your all-time high. And this is that last level that once we break above, she's going to be in price discovery, guys. And, obviously we have this local extension at $3.52. That's why I'm looking at this as an overall range. But once we get out of here, next target's between, 418 and 453. But if you guys want my longer-term price kind of predictions here for XRP, very simply put, first major target, right, is going to be about 528. Second major target, 851, up to 1158, up to 1481. Does this guarantee that we're going to see XRP at $14? No, it does not. But we're gonna play it. We're gonna play it by ear here, level to level as we creep up to these next levels, right? So flip that 786, look to come into our all-time high zone, and once we crack out of there, we may be able to start our journey, which will likely be a journey, guys, right? Likely be something like this, and you bing bong, oh my God, it's going back to zero, right? But that next major target, right? Bull market, right? Assuming we see this bull market and alt season play out like they have in the past, this is what we're gonna be looking at for XRP and the major price targets. I think I have a video on the channel explaining this all in detail. But locally here, guys, I mean, hey. If we pull up our local range, let me hide some of this stuff here and pull up our local volume profile, which is sitting right here. And yeah, there we go. This is just like a different context. We came up to that value area high, retest the POC, and now we're at that 786. This is your key level. Let's see if we can we see XRP at 331? Somebody clip it. Can we see XRP at 331 sometime soon? It is January 14th. 2025. Hopefully, me saying the year there won't have to be important in that clip. Because if we have to wait till 2026 to see that, that'd be brutal. But yeah, that's the key. Guys, we are tapping on that key level. That's our last level. That's our last level. Let's get above here and start shooting up towards all-time highs. Do you think? Let me drop a candle in the chat if you think that XRP can hit all-time highs in the next week, and then drop a bear emoji in the chat or an L in the chat if you don't think it's going to happen. All right, let's continue on here. Bada boom, bada bing. Crypto Anon says, oh, hey, Captain Kirk. Shout out to Captain Kirk. Welcome in. Hey, Cap, I saw that winning trade. Hey, shout out to Captain Kirk. Let's come over to those winning trades. Where's it at? In the premium. Where we at? Cap. Check in. We got some more here. But shout out to John Wicks, smashing the long position. Volume profiles, bro. Paid myself in the green. We only mess with the risk-free trades in the Mafia. LFG. Shout out to John Wicks. But shout out to Captain Kirk, the 200% short on Bitcoin. We're taking the long, and Mrs. Candles. Mama Candles. Captain Kirk is catching that move back to the downside. Let's get it. Shout out to Captain Kirk. Congrats on your win. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Shout out to Christopher says XRP is ish. Shout out to you, bro. It's funny. It's like, people either like absolutely diehard XRP fans or people hate it. It's pretty crazy. There's like really no in between. Let's see. Shout out to Big Boy says XRP market cap is too high for me. Am I missing something? No, Big Boy. It definitely has a higher market cap. No, I don't think you're missing anything. Let's see. We need to reinflate Mrs. Candles. Maybe we should. I'm going to reinflate her, guys. We need to. All right, let's continue on here. Bear. Shout out to you guys. Dang, I think there's more bears than candles in the chat. Or way more L's and bears than candles in the chat. Yikes. Maybe HRP gets the biggest rejection ever at this price and drops down to those bigger key levels, which hopefully we don't have to see in the, sub $2 area. Oh, thank you, Ken, bro. Thank you for the alt list. I appreciate you, bro. I'm going to go ahead and... actually, Tony, maybe you want to keep the other thing pinned. Let me write these down real quick. We got AVAX. I got that already. AIXBT. We got Mina. How do you guys say it? And Ondo. Shout out to Ondo. All right, let's go ahead and take a look here. So, BTC moving, hopefully to the upside. Okay, yeah, still chilling. All right, so let's go ahead and jump. We took a look at XRP. We took a look at Ethereum. Let's jump into AVAX real quick. Let's jump into a quick little AVAX. And I'm also going to add Jupe to that list. Let's see. We going up, baby. We going up. All right, we need a bigger cork board, Frankie. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Too many altcoins. All right, let's take a look at AVAX here. So AVAX, I will tell you this looks very similar to Ethereum as it was. Where's this POC? Let me mark out this POC real quick. Boom. And POC. That's previous POC. I need a current POC. Range PLC. There we go. So yeah, AVAX kind of looking similar to Ethereum when it was front running that $3,000 level. Where is that? I'm trying to think of what was in Confluence here at that low. Let me do okay, yeah. So right now we're at our golden pocket POC Confluence, right? So I'll mark this out in blue. I'm surprised it's not already marked out in blue. So yeah, AVAX kind of playing around with a very key level here, right? We deviated above the high. Remember, this is where we like to look for short positions. Get below that value area high, flip it to resistance, look for that move down to the POC. And again, that POC does suck price back down like it's a magnet, but pretty simple analysis here. If we're able to stay above this POC, the next target, in my opinion, and I'll be honest, based off the volume profile, I would kind of prefer a rip down below the golden pocket and a push into this second zone. I'd feel much more comfortable taking long positions down here than I would right here, only because I don't necessarily like to trade the middle of a range, right? The higher probability setups are always going to be sitting at the low and the deviations below that low and deviations above that high into the value area high, right? Both of these levels do have confluence on them. So, technically, if we stay above the POC, the doorway to the value area high is open. However, we didn't get the full fill of this range yet. So there is definitely a possibility that if we lose that golden pocket, you could come back down to the value area low. Now, taking a look at market cipher, green dot and daily bull divs here as well, right? You have your lower lows on your price action, higher lows on your momentum waves. If we could print that green dot on the daily, that may give you some kind of significant bounce on AVAX, but you have to print that green dot. If you don't, even if it doesn't give you the rip back up to the high, you are definitely, in the middle of the range here. That's the only reason I don't like this. I would be much more excited here on AVAX if you were putting that daily bull div in at the value area low or below. But because we're in the middle of the range, sure, can you get a bounce off that daily bull div? Sure, absolutely. But it's just a little higher probability when you're at the low of the range. Now, taking a look at some of these other higher time frames, take a look at that 2-day VWAP. Nothing really to take away from that. Let's check the weekly. Yeah, not a lot to... monthly VWAP coming down here as well, which is something that we should probably keep an eye on, to be quite honest with you. So yeah, daily green dot incoming. If you're going to get a continuation up here on AVAX, that daily green dot is probably going to be the thing to watch. 90-minute money flow is just crossed over into the green as well. So shorter term, right, this does not look too bad, in my opinion. Pull from the high to the low. Your next targets would, for me, right, would probably be sitting at this golden pocket at about 40.31. And then you can look up towards that 786, getting closer to about $42. Now, you do have some local retracements. This is a wonky downtrend, so it's hard to kind of pull a significant fib. We nailed it on Ethereum. We definitely nailed it on Ethereum. So, yeah, you're kind of testing your super hyper local retracement right now. You can see you're tapping that 786. But, yeah, kind of hard to find these local retracements. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say this full retracement would be kind of the next major target if you get a big push up. I would watch to come into this zone. However, when we can't pull the fibs, we can pull a volume profile. So I would look at this locally. Let me go ahead and mark some of this stuff out. I'm going to hide all this TA, and I'm only going to bring up the local TA. So if we take a look at this, right, understanding the overall context here, I'm actually going to pull it like this. Make this our volume profile. Mark out our value area high, value area low, POC. And then we'll pull our fib, which I can almost promise you is going to have some kind of confluence on some kind of level. And there you go, up at the value area high. So again, we have those hyper-local levels, but again, those are like already kind of getting hit. So I'm not going to mark those out. I'm just going to give you the more significant levels. And for me, it would be AVAX coming in, right? If we flip that POC, which is kind of the local Fibonacci that we're tapping, get above this POC, we could potentially see a push into that value area high golden pocket confluence at about $40.51. Get above that, you have the backup resistance at the 786 at about $42. And then once you break out of there, we could potentially see a bigger fill, coming up into some much higher prices, right? $47 would be somewhat of a key area to look at. But locally, this is what I'd be looking at on AVAX. Value area low at 35.60, POC at 36.71. And then that value area high at about $40.51. Flip that POC. It opens up the door to potentially get that bigger move up into that value area high. This is the context I would be looking at. You also have, see if we have that 4-hour bull div. Oh, man, I really wish we had that 4-hour bullish divergence. If we had a 4-hour bull div here with money flow coming up, I would feel really confident about that move up to the $40 level, $40.50 level. But you do have the daily bull div to your wicks, but just understand. Oh, actually, not even to the wicks. You have it to the bodies as well, right? Lower lows on your price action, higher lows on your momentum wave. So that next green dot is the best chance you have to get up to about $40.50. Got to get above the POC, and you got to see that green dot and bull div confirm on the daily. And that's what I'd be looking at on AVAX, guys. And I'll grab this. I'll mark this off as local. And then the macro context for AVAX remains the same, but this is really what I would be looking at as far as, the significant kind of relevant levels as of right now. This is for sure what I would be looking at. Let's see if we can get that push into the golden pocket. All right, let's see. We'll pump tomorrow and then dump. Shout out to Capo. Hey, if it pumps before it dumps, I'm fine with that. Maybe we get Bitcoin to pump into the value area high so we can take another short position before we get that bigger move to the downside. Let's see. Kembro said, as long as AVAX can get back to previous all-time high, I'll be happy. Yeah, shout out to Chemistry Pro. I feel like that about a lot of altcoins, right? Like same thing with like Polkadot, right? Like I'm not anticipating it. Shout out to, I forgot who said it, who was mentioning that the... mentioning that XRP has too high of a market cap. This is... Same thing with Polkadot, right? Like Polkadot, I'm not necessarily expecting to see massive new all-time highs, right? If Polkadot could get back into this value area and start approaching these retracement levels near its previous all-time high, in my opinion, that's a nice move of about 642%. That's a nice move through that rotation of value. Now, could we put in a new all-time high? Sure, I'd be looking between about $60 and $70 for the most part. But again, not anticipating, Polkadot to, a lot of new people, you have to understand, or not new people, but a lot of people who are in the last cycle or previous cycles, a lot of them are going to come to these older kind of dinosaur coins and potentially expect these things, not understanding market cap or anything like that, or just how, dinosaur coins are probably not going to get the hype that they had when they were first created, right? So a lot of these people are probably going to run this up. They're going to remember like, oh, what were the good coins last cycle? Let me buy some of those. You'll get that rally on these older coins. But, not understanding how market cap works, etc. I'm not expecting, Polkadot to make some massive, crazy new all-time high, but I'm happy with that 670% return, getting that push into the value area high. Now, am I buying the new coins for those, massive gains as well? Absolutely. But, just because, in my opinion, this is a very, high probability move, just not into massive new all-time highs. Let's see. Chemistry Bro says, at unbitcoinable, hola, your name suggests you don't like Bitcoin? Are you unbitcoinable? Shout out to Chemistry Bro. Let's see. Finally smash that like. Shout out to Alex, says, finally smash that like. Was walking the dogs, getting some sauce on the side. Shout out to Alex. Let's go. On that, what are you walking your dog with Rob the Crypto Snob? What is this, dog walking hour? I would love to share my showtime with dog walking hour. I would be honored. But let's continue on here, guys. Let's see. Yeah, shout out to Christopher, said so much liquidity at 90K. Send it back. Let's see if we can pull up some liquidation heat maps here real quick and take a look at that $90,000 liquidity. If it loads, take a sip of that Aztecian Cactus Moss Water. Let's take a look here. Bada boom, bada bing. Yeah, I'm used to using high block capital. I'm not used to using coin glass. We'll revisit the heat maps. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I'm looking at the coin glass. And yeah, I'm not seeing a ton at 90K. Maybe I can come up to a higher time frame, maybe. Let's check that 1 month. I don't think I would have to come up that high. Yeah, I don't see a ton of liquidity at night. I mean, we do have, I don't see a ton of liquidity, to be honest with you. Let's see here, come down to a lower time frame. Yeah, we did sweep a lot of the liquidity that was down at 90K, right? We actually did have a significant amount of liquidity back here, but then we got that SFP, which is literally, come on back over to Bitcoin. That is literally, come on. Right, came back down to 90K. We swept a lot of that liquidity on this big liquidation candle. This is where we took that long position based off that liquidity sitting there. Actually, in the premium Discord, we actually have a screenshot of that liquidity heat map. Where we at? I think I went back too far. Yikes. We're spazzing here, guys. We're spazzing. There it is, right? $90,000. We came down. We swept that. And shout out to anybody interested in the premium Discord just to kind of show you guys how we do this, right? We saw that liquidity sitting here. We came down and swept that liquidity. Hey, what's going on, Mafia? Some good old New York open volatility. Short has now finally hit final TP. We just got that push into the value area low. Finally, we were waiting for that for quite some time. Sweeping local liquidity below our SFP level, which we were watching here, right? Looking for that SFP to sweep that liquidity. And you can visually see that $90,000 liquidity on the heat map. But we have swept a lot of that down to about $88,000. Not that there's no liquidity at 90K, right? Like all of us, right? A lot of people who took this long position, right? Especially people who entered on this retracement, right? Where their stop loss is going to be. All right, if you enter here, where's your stop loss going to be? It's probably going to be below this low, right, or below this low, which puts liquidity below 90K. So it's not that there's nothing there, but we did sweep those lows already. So hopefully that was the sweep. If not, maybe we go down and grab that again. Let's see. 4X Frankie is so funny. Shout out to DMB Smurf. Yeah, listening to me in 2X or 3X or 4X speed is probably crazy. There is no stop loss. Let's go. Zero stop losses here, guys. I actually think I am zero stop loss on this. See. Yeah, I think I am no stop loss on this trade. Hang on. No, I actually do have my stop loss here. Yeah. Not in profit yet, but I do have a stop loss here. I didn't think I set it, to be honest, which is better than thinking you have one set and not having it set. But anyway, let's continue on here. I'm here for the calves. Shout out to Kerry Stressful. Let's show those calves, baby. Let's show those calves. Let me pull up the camera here so you guys can see it. Here we go. There's those calves, baby. Let's go. Let's go. These calves are juicing. I feel like I need to start working them out again. Let's see. Show MicroStrategy. Shout out to Kerry Stressel. Maybe we could take a look at that. Let's see. Yo, shout out to Batu, bro. Don't put a stop loss. Be a man. Shout out to Batu. I think you're quoting that guy from Instagram or TikTok or whatever. That guy is the Be a Man guy is hilarious. Yo, Marek says, dang, you packed like a mule. Shout out to, yeah, it is funny. It is funny. I always get comments on my calves. I've never worked my calves out in my life, I don't think, other than just like walking or running. But people are always like, dang, bro, what do you do to your legs? I'm like, I don't know. I just nothing. I got fat calves. I don't know what to say. Let's see. Those calves make me want to order KFC. Yo, Mark Dutch out here wilding. But let's go ahead and continue on here, guys. Let's continue our next all-con. We took a look at AVAX. Let's take a look at Mina. Mina or Mina? Let me know in the chat. Let's see here. Bada boom. I don't think we have a Mina chart. I don't believe we do. But I'll tell you what. I'll give you guys the local levels here. Let's come on over to the 4-hour and get some local context here. So right off the bat, let's get the VPVR up and running real quick. Let's come on over to the daily. Whoops. Come on, volume. You can do it. Hey, Pennywise, what is going on? Said just stopped in to smash that like button and say bing bong. Had to work early today. Much love, Mafia. Shout out to Pennywise, everybody's favorite clown. Shout out to Pennywise. Welcome in, man. Thank you for being here and smashing that like button. Smash that like button, guys. 1,000 likes. We're giving away $150 in Solana. But let's take a look here. All right, so let's get, not really. All right, so I'm going to mark out these volume profiles. I'm going to grab this one locally. I'm going to grab, I don't want to go too macro. I want to go more local here because I don't want to, let's grab it like this. Bada boom. Let's grab our box, extend that to the right. Boom. Got your value area low. You got your POC. You got your value area high. So this is pretty much, the only real volume profile context I can give here has been respected. That POC tried to hold up a couple times, but eventually we just came back down and lost it, went straight to the value area low. So right now, locally, I will say if you could get above your POC, probably going to get a pretty quick pop into your value area high at about 59 cents. Yeah, this is a pretty choppy chart to be quite frank with you. I would have to pull this here, but that just gives you wonky levels. This is really the only kind of context that I can give. I'll put this in a folder so we can kind of turn these on and off. But it's either going to be that volume profile, and the only other one that we can really look at locally is going to be right here, which is pretty clean, right? Value area low. Boom, boom, boom. Let's hide that volume profile. So, these would probably be the two contexts. This one would be kind of more low time frame. Taking a look at our daily real quick. Yeah, VWAP. Listen, your daily bull divs and your... Let's grab this and put it in a folder. Come on. Boom. Yeah, you did put that, putting this daily bull div in. This on a lot of these coins, guys, these lower lows on our price action, higher lows on our momentum weights, these daily bullish divergences, once you print those green dots, is likely to give you a pop to the upside. Boom. Right? So once you print that green dot, that's your best bet to get that push to the upside. Local targets within this profile at about 57 cents up to about 59 cents, right? Almost 60 cents. Once you get above 60 cents, I would turn this volume profile off and then pull up your next local come on. Next local volume profile, right? In which case, right, 60 cents is basically the POC of that next range, right? If I turn them both on at the same time, get above that value area high, you're also getting above the POC of the upper range. That opens the door to come up to about 63 cents. So, I don't know if you're going to get much of a bigger move than that, at least in the short term by tomorrow. So these would definitely be the two major ranges I would look at. Get that green dot on the daily to print, giving you that bullish divergence. If you could also get that 90-minute money flow starting to cross over here. How much time did we print the, hang on. We got 16 seconds left to print this daily bull div. Or not left, but, we got 10 seconds left for that daily candle. Let's see if we can get it. Come on. Print that green dot, baby. Print that green dot. Are we going to do it? 3, 2, 1. Come on. There it is, baby. Bull div is now printing. I can't believe that happened. So there you go. Daily bull div now printing in all of its glory. So if that does wind up giving you the push up, I'm not going to lie, money flow is coming out here on the daily, but you do now have that daily bull div. So, at this point, let's see. That 90-minute money flow is now crossing over into the green here, guys. When you see that 90-minute money flow crossover with that daily green dot, oftentimes it does give you a continuation of the trend to the upside. So get above this value area low, flip it to support, come into the POC at 60 cents, flip that, look to come up to the value area high. Now, I don't necessarily enter trades based off daily bull divs, right? I like to find like lower time frame confirmations. But this is not a trade signal. I'm just saying, let's say I did get confirmations, for some reason right down here to enter a trade. The way I would handle this would be to take it here with the expectation of potentially seeing that run up into the value area high to fill your volume profile in full. How much of a move is this? Yeah, 2% to the value area low, depending on your risk management and your risk tolerance, right? You could even lock in some gains at the value area low in case you just reject. But the idea here would be to get above that value area low into the POC, into the value area high. You could either take profit one at the value area low, or take profit at the POC, or take profit at the value area high. For me personally, I usually take profit once at the POC, and then I take my final profit at the value area high. More often than not, I will hold a portion of that position in case it continues to break out. But this is kind of how I would handle that. But again, there really is no entry confirmation here other than a daily bull div, right? Not that it can't come up. But I usually like to catch those. If I were taking along here on Mina, it probably would have been, looking for, some kind of confirmation down here. I don't know what it would have been. Actually, hang on a second. Did we SFP these lows? Yeah, you SFP that low right there. Yeah. So that might have been something I would have looked for. Not that I trade Mina actively, but, I probably would have been looking for something like that. But, if it does continue up, that is the roadmap that I would expect price to go through. So there you go. Daily bull div now printing. All right, let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's pump Jupe. Let's take a look at Jupe real quick. Market Maker said, Market Maker, Mr. Market, that's what we call the Market Maker, says, me too, sad face. Mr. Market, yeah, so useful. I've been using so long without realizing. Shout out to Chemistry, bro. Shout out to Chemistry, bro. Said, oh my God, I just realized on CoinGlass, if you switch from pair to symbol, I think it aggregates the exchanges into a single chart like High Block. That is one thing I did not like about CoinGlass. Shout out to Chem, bro. Oh, I was like, what the heck happened? It just made it disappear. Mark Dutch said, change your name to Einstein's, bro, Chem, bro. What is the market wave indicator you're using, Frankie? Shout out to Northern Michigan Movers. Shout out to you. That is Market Cipher B. This is Market Cipher. So you can check out Market Cipher. You could use my discount code MCFrank20 if you wish to save some money. If not, you could always just go to their website and check it out. But yeah, this is Market Cipher B, one of the best indicators you could possibly use. 100%. Whether you use my link or not, it really could make that much of a difference to me. Whether I had a discount code or didn't, I would shill the heck out of this. I've been using this from way before I ever had this YouTube channel. It's actually like full circle that, we know Crypto Face now is like the weirdest thing in my life. But I've been using this for years. Pretty insane. All right, let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. All right, let's continue on here. Let's take a look at Jupe while simultaneously checking out CoinGlass. And, I see. Maybe it does aggregate it. Shout out to Kembro. You might have figured something out there, bro. I'm going to look into this after the stream. But yeah, let's continue on here. Taking a look at Jupe. We haven't looked at Jupe in quite some time. So let me get rid of some of this old TA. Get rid of this. So there you go. We rejected the golden pocket, which is a high probability area to put in that macro lower high. But let's get rid of some of this stuff. All-time high. We can get rid of this. Get rid of this local fib. So yeah, this is still a relevant volume profile. And you can see even here, right? Just spotting this on the spot. These volume profiles are insane, guys. You find these volume profiles and they just eventually wind up getting respected again. It's absolutely insane, right? You find this volume profile here, bring it on over to the right. All right, this is how we find those key levels, guys. This is how you can find those high probability trade zones. You have this previous value area, you lose it, you come back in, you get above the low, you go to the POC, you go to the high. You lose it again, came in, couldn't hold it, lost it. Once you got back in, you flipped it to support, right back into the POC value area high. Get back above, back to the POC, miss the low, back to the high, back to the low, back to the high, deviation, back to the low, back to the high, back to the low. You lose it again. You can just see how well these levels are respected, even if it's pulled from, the previous year, right? It doesn't matter how far back you go. These levels are very, very often respected, right? So this would be the current volume profile to the upside that I would be looking at. Taking a look at your daily time frame, you also have a daily bull div printing here on Jupiter, right? So if we grab our volume profile, I'm going to pull this little local range that we have right here into the value area low. I don't hate this by any means. Let's grab that value area low, POC, whoops. POC, value area high. So You put in your daily bull div at that value area low. You're at your POC. So locally here, your next major target is simply going to be get above that POC at 80 cents. Come up to the value area high at 87 cents. Once you break out of here, let's pull up our visible range volume profile. Right? You start to get a little bit of volume fall off. Once you get, well, let's actually pull some more price action in here. Come on, volume. There we go. So yeah, I mean, once you get out of this value area, start getting on top into this low volume gap, you could see a quick move up to your next previous area of previous area of balance at the value area low. Flip that. That's your next roadmap to higher prices up to about $1.20. These are definitely going to be the levels that I would be looking at. Not too shabby. So yeah, and that bull div here, make that a little smaller, right? Your bull div here on Market Cipher B, lower lows on your price action, higher lows on your momentum waves, green dot printing into key level of support. See if we can get that push up, right? Like, if there's anything to push price up, it's a daily bull div. Now, again, money flow is not necessarily confluent here. Money flow's in the red on the daily, but, you know, it does take time for that money flow to come up. So now that we have that green dot, let's check that 90-minute money flow. Yeah, a lot of these altcoins, guys. Now, again, this doesn't mean they're going to go off into new all-time highs, but locally, we could see these trends continue up because with the 90-minute money flow crossover and those daily green dots with the bull divs as well, you know, could give us some nice bullish movement into these next higher targets. So these are the targets. Next targets to the upside for Jupe, right? I'll even mark this out too. Boom, boom. Those are the next targets to the upside. And again, get out of this value area, fall into this low volume gap, boom. Might get a quick move through that gap, just like you did right here, just like you did here, just like you did here, right? And here, right? Just right through those gaps. So every time you kind of peek out here, it's like, whoa, we're going up. All right, let's continue on here. Bada boom, bada bing. All right, so we took a look at Jupe. We took a look at Mina. Let's take a look at Ondo. Let's see. All right. So we came down into that golden pocket. Tapped on the the daily naked point of control / value area low confluence. Let's hide that volume profile real quick. Let's come on to the 8-hour. All right, so yeah, we're holding that macro golden pocket, right? These are like the major zones of support that we had. The POC and the value area low with the, you know, this is a pretty big golden pocket. I'm going to hide this for now, right? Break down into the range. POC is key support. You can't get back out, right? It does act as support. You bounce, rejection, and then you lose the POC and go to the value area low. So we are bouncing from that key level, which is also confluent with that daily naked point of control. Do you have the daily bull div here? You don't, right? You have lower lows on your momentum waves, not higher lows. It's not what you want to see for daily bull div. So no technical daily bullish divergence there. You got a 10-hour bull div that pretty much gave you a tiny little pop to the upside. Didn't really get much juice out of that one. Yeah, 2-hour money flow working its way up. This doesn't look as pretty as far as Market Cipher goes, but from a technical perspective on the key levels, I mean, you're just within your volume profile here. Hold your, hang on one second here, guys. Let me move ExoCharts out of the way here because it keeps flickering on my screen. So yeah, I mean, your key level of support right now is the daily naked point of control at $1.09. It has been that key level of support. You could see tapped it perfectly, got the bounce into the POC. So your key levels right now is, you know, if you lose this daily naked point of control, you're probably looking down towards about $1, right? At our monthly and weekly naked point of control. This is absolutely the next key level of support here on Ondo. So if you break down out of this range, I would definitely be looking at this for the next key level for some trades. But until then, right, your key level of support is the value area low daily naked point of control, which is now tapped. But, you know, if you get above this P, I would just be looking at this as a volume profile. Break in, can't get back out of it. You look to go to the POC and the value area low. Hold the value area low, go to the POC, and then look to flip the POC and come up to the high. That is the highest probability roadmap, you know, based off the volume profile. So can we see Ondo at about $1.30 at some point soon here? We'll see what happens. We don't have the daily bull div, so it's not as saucy, but that's what I'd be looking at locally, right? Monthly and weekly naked point of control is your next key level at $1. If you lose that, you have your 786 sitting here closer to about 91 cents. Hopefully, we don't have to break these levels. I would rather just stick this and start coming back up. But that's what I'd be looking at on Ondo. Not too much really to look at on Ondo. All right, let's see. Yeah, shout out to Jerome, said, wait till next week when the Trump factor is in play. Yeah, probably when we're going to see the next big volatile move. All right, let's see. Look at my naked, Jungle Boy. Look at my naked POC. Hey, shout out to you, bro. Just flashing people in the chat. Okay, so let's continue on here. So we took a look at Ondo, Mina, Jupiter, AVAX. What is this? AIXBT. Let's take a look. We have never looked at this, I don't believe, on the stream. But I can tell you this right now. Got this nice range up here. Boom. Boom. Let's go low, POC, value area high. Yeah, I mean, you're right now, technically, you are deviating above your volume profile. This is typically where we like to look for short positions. Now, it doesn't mean that I'm bearish on this and I think it's going to go all the way down, right? It would just mean that, like, hey, get back into this value area high, look to go to the POC in the low. That is a high probability move. But only if you have confirmations. Do you have the confirmations is the question. You technically have some, right? You have some bearish divergences here. Could mean you can move down here, go to the POC in the low. But for the most part, you know, this is a little bit hard because this is basically just tapping all-time highs. So kind of hard. I'll give you some upper targets here in case you do break into new all-time highs. Right? So you got above that golden pocket. This was a key level of support here, 786 value area high. The fact that you are above that is pretty nice. If you could build up some support here and hold this level, you could launch, right? Break your all-time high and come into your next key levels, which would be sitting, in my opinion, at about 74 cents. That would be, you know, I would look at this as somewhat of a zone. Whoops. Look at this as somewhat of a zone between about 79 and 74 cents. Break above here, look for that quick move into 74 to 79 cents. And it is nice, right? Because like if I'm looking at this in the past, right, if I was looking at this earlier, I'd say, well, hey, guys, you're approaching your value area low. If you can get above here, look to go to the POC, but you have to be careful of the rejection at the POC because that's the golden pocket, right? If you get above that, the last level of defense is the 786 value area high. And the fact that we are above here doesn't look too shabby to me. If you can hold that as support, that's a pretty decent bet, in my opinion, to come attack that all-time high. And once you break that, the next level, you already got your little rejection at the all-time high. Get above that. Could be looking up into these higher levels. Little bonus level here at about 85 cents. Now, taking a look at it from a market cipher perspective, short term, 4-hour red dot is incoming, right? So you could potentially fall back into this range, which gives you a nice, clean, a very, very nice, clean roadmap onto where price is going to go next, right? So you break back down below the high. You have that roadmap of the volume profile down below. And I don't think that's necessarily that unlikely. But at this point, you know, even if you rotate this volume profile and you kind of bing bong around, you know that, you know, once you get above here, you can open the door up to those new all-time highs. Take a look at the 1 hour. 1 hour money flow is looking to cross over into the green. Do we have a 16-hour green dot? We don't. No 12-hour green dot either. Yeah, this does look like it may want to cool off. Unless this thing's just going to YOLO up, because hashtag bull run, right? Like, you know, hey, we just tapped all-time highs. Let's just send it. Sometimes things get crazy. But as far as market cipher, VWAP's coming down. It looks like it may want to kind of cool off a little bit. Not that it's bearish, right? Money flow indicates the overall trend. This money flow is coming up. But, you know, these VWAPs do look like you might want to cool off a little bit, in which case you have your key levels down here on your volume profile. All right, let's see. XRP is having a blast right now. Has it moved since we looked at it? Let's see here. Still hanging out at that 786. Knocking on the door, baby. Knocking on the door. Let's see. Yes, we looked at Ondo. Shout out to Fran Gonzalez. Shout out to you. Yes, we did just look at Ondo. Just scrub back a little bit. You should see it. BTC going up. Come on, baby. Oh, she's popping. I told it to do it on the live stream, and here she goes. Come on, baby. Push. Push. Push it. Push it, Bitcoin. Push it. Let's see here. 27 on the long. Come on, baby. Bump it. Bump it. Send it to 100K. Come on. Do it, Bitcoin. Do it. Let's see. RBN, please. Let's see. Bada boom. All right. So we took a look at Jupiter. We took a look at AVAX. We took a look at AIXBT. We took a look at Mina. We took a look at Ondo. We took a look at Ethereum, XRP. We looked at a lot today. Maybe BTC looking at a strong move to 99K incoming. Come on. Come on, Kembro. Push it. Push it. Candles in the chat right now to push this thing to 100K. Let's go. TikTok getting banned. Yes, TikTok is getting banned, apparently. DYDX for Kembro. Absolutely, bro. Let's take a look at it. There she goes. Push it. Push it. Hang on. Let me actually, before we do that, let's pull up that heat map here. Yeah, 99K 97.6. Come on, push into that golden pocket. We have some liquidity up there. As long as we don't put any bearish confirmations here, right? If we come in here and we start seeing bearish confirmations, that could be the lower high, but this doesn't look bad with that 90-minute money flow crossover. Come on, baby. Keep it going. Keep it going. Push it up, baby. Push it up. Let's go ahead. There's those candles. Let's go, baby. Candles in the chat. Send this thing to 100K, please, for the love of God. XRP. I just called Wick 589 XRP. Wick 589 said, beat me. Said the what? No. Shout out to Wick 589. Why do I never get the dang references? I always feel like I live under a rock when I see you pop those references in. There's those candles. Let's go. Creighton C said single prints. Let's check it. Single prints at 99K. 98.5, starting at 98.5. Now, these will change depending on your settings. So you may be seeing some different stuff than I am, Creighton. But on my settings, I do see them sitting right up here at 98.5. Let's see if we can break into them, fill them into 99.8. And maybe we still have some more up here as well. Let's see if we can do it. Let's see if we can do it here. Yeah, we do have some bullish CVD as well. Come on. Push it up, baby. Push it up. Let's see what we got. Let's see if we can do it. But let's check out DYDX for Chembro. We can't leave Chembro hanging. All right, let's take a look here. I don't think we have a DYDX chart either. Yeah, this is a little bit of a wonky chart to look at, but what I can do here. So, yeah, you just retested this prior range here, right? So we'll pull that. Boom. Value area low, POC, value area high. Boom. So he did come down and retest that value area high, which was not. Well, you're technically holding your 786 on the bodies on the daily here. So you did have this kind of zone of support, 786, when pulled from the absolute low all the way up to that recent high. Yeah, that key support zone, 786, value area high. No daily bullish divergence. You do have the green dot printing, but your money flow is coming out. This, yeah, I don't love this money flow, but again, we have to take that money flow with a grain of salt, understanding that it could just fake out into the red and come back into the green. But I would have loved a bullish divergence here, which we do not have, but you did come down to a key level. You have your green dot. Let's check that 90-minute. Money flow starting to come up here. Red dot printing, but that money flow is coming up. And then locally, let me get rid of this golden pocket really quick. Actually, let me do this. Hide that. Hide this. Right? Then locally, I would definitely look at this little bear flag consolidation as your next kind of area of balance, right? Because we're just trading from balanced area to balanced area. Value area low, POC, value area high, right? So for me, key level, right? If you have that green dot, that money flow crossover on the 90-minute could potentially continue that range up. Obviously, you're going to get some turbulence in here, but once you get above that, could look to gravitate towards that value area low at 145. Get above 145. Look into that POC at 151. Flip that. Look to go in to fill that range in full up to about $1.61. That's what I would look at. Shout out to Chembro. I mean, pretty. That is pretty. It's not that pretty clean here. Although I don't love this chart in general. Not that I think I'm bearish on that. It's kind of hard to analyze. But yeah, golden pocket POC. These would be the levels I would be looking at, brother. And then you have your 786. Value area high. So, yeah, let's see if we can get that full retracement. See if that 90-minute money flow crosses over into the green. And again, like, you know, again, these are lower time frame. You could probably find some turbulence up in this consolidation. But, you know, once you get kind of up out of here, could potentially look for that move into your next range. That's what I would look at, very simply put. Other than that, see, 2-day VWAP also coming to the upside. That is getting close to printing a green dot as well. Nice little liquidation wick here. Sweep these lows. See if we can get that push into those levels. That's what I'd be looking at. Shout out to Chembro. Value area low at $1.44. POC golden pocket around 151. Value area high 786 around 161. So your goal is to gravitate. If you get the impulse, gravitate towards that previous area of balance. That's what I'd be looking for. Very simply put. But, guys, I think that's all the time we got for today's live stream. Let me pull up the camera here so I can make sure I didn't hit any wrong buttons. But that's all the time we got for tonight's live stream. Shout out to, let's see, shout out to Wick589 said, V-Son, you mean to tell me you didn't marry that lady? Jeez. Shout out to Wick589. What lady? What lady? Mrs. V-Son, maybe? Jupe, shout out to Batu, says Jupe is going to Jupiter. Finally found a good trade. Thanks, Frankie Candles. Shout out to Batu. No problem, buddy. I appreciate you for being in here. Chemistry Bro says, thanks, man. I'm probably in for a longer ride on that trade. Shout out to Chem Bro. It's all right, bro. It's all right. It's all right. Hopefully, are you in a short or a long? I assume you're in on a long. Shout out to Div X-Ray, said, great show. Thank you guys for hanging out here. Some lady with 20 Bitcoin. Shout out to Wick 589 and V-Sun. Cuff that. Cuff that. Screw gold digging. Got to be a Bitcoin digger or a Bitcoin miner. But anyway, guys, with all that being said, shout out to Darren Does Things. Says, thanks, Frankie. Was a wild, derailed one today. Mad love. Shout out to Darren. Yeah, absolutely. But I appreciate every single one of you guys in the chat. Thank you for hanging out till the end of the stream. Hit the likes, newbies. Shout out to Div X-Ray. Smash that like button on your way out. I don't know if we're anywhere near 1,000, but if we are, we'll give away $150 in Solana on Friday's live stream. It's pumping. Oh, 96,850. 96,850. Come on, baby. Push into that golden pocket. You guys know those key levels. I'll even show them one more time here. Next target's on Bitcoin, guys. Golden pocket, POC, which, again, we already hit the POC, but between $97,300 and $98,000 is going to be that first target. Second target sitting between about 99.8, 99.9, up to 100,800. Let's see if we can hit these targets. We hit our first two from last live stream last night. Let's see if we can hit these next targets today or tomorrow, or these targets that we looked at today, if we hit them tomorrow. Anyway, with all that being said, guys, that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget, Billy Goat Tales to 9 at 9 p.m. I will be on there with our boy, Crypto Billy. I'm sure Biomex will be there as well. Hopefully I see you guys all in there. I'll see you later. I got to prepare. I got to start reading my notes. I'm nervous, guys. I'm nervous. I'm just kidding. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same place, same time, right here, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Frank Candles YouTube channel. That's all I got. Send Bitcoin to the moon. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong!
Look what's next for me, Joe. I'm gonna get that second bell. Where the f*** is it? They should have had them two bells ready. Spit shine for me.
Yeah. Head up in the clouds, dog, they saying I look stressed. I've been feeling down, pray to God that I'm up next. Remember when she blew me off, that's why I can't text. Now she call me petty, but I swear I can't forget. This ain't a test. Now they saying that I ball like Jerry West. Coming back for what is mine, can't take no less. I said go and take a shot, so I need your best. And stop the threats, so nobody's into me. I don't got time, I'm not giving the energy. Too many people around me, I'm finicky. I do not mess with you, dog, you're not kidding me. You don't got way too close. I've been up at the top now, so they all wait for the landslide. I seen too many people that switched up, whose man's high. Through it all, I stay the same, I swear to God, I can't lie. Been down so damn low that I came up for my life. They talk way too much on the internet, it's not real life. I swear my fan waiting, I can't lose, and I'm still right. Still right. I swear that I'm working, I'm up till like midnight. It's real life. I got a time and I'm coming to get mine. In time, I cannot lose, and I'm coming right inside. I'm in my, yeah.
Oh, my. Oh, hey, guys. Oh, hey. I just almost passed out. I'm not going to lie. Whoo! Almost just passed out, guys. Anyway, forget you saw that. Forget you saw that, guys. I want to take a quick look at INJ. I see people asking for INJ. I want to do a quick little rundown here as INJ is getting a little itty-bitty pop to the upside here. Let's see if we can get this thing to move up a little bit. Let me get rid of this weekly. Let me get rid of this weekly. Let me come on over here. Yeah, just ignore that, guys. I don't know what that was. That was... I don't know how I'm going to walk my way out of that one, guys. I swear Mrs. Candles is real. You do not have to inflate Mrs. Candles. That was a balloon from a party that I was having. Anyway, all right, let's continue on here, guys. All right, let me get rid of this weekly. That wound up holding that support. This is an old INJ chart. We could probably find a better one, but actually, this one's not bad. I'm going to work off this one, right? So you have your previous value area up here. This is kind of irrelevant, but I just want to mark it out. Let's see. I forgot who asked for INJ. I see a bunch of people asking for it, so I just wanted to cover this. All right, so this is kind of what we got going on. I'm going to get rid of this little mini range because that is pretty small at this point, and we do have a lot more significant volume profiles that we can now look at. I will make this one of them. Boom. Thought my phone was ringing. see here. All right, so you got your low, POC, value area high. I'm going to run through this pretty quickly, but I will say this. You kind of have two ranges that are significant here, in my own personal opinion. You have this one down here, and then you have the one directly above it, which is kind of annoying when you have them right on top of each other like that. But I will say they are definitely going to be somewhat both significant here. So getting the bounce off the POC. So, yeah, you do have like kind of a value area high sitting at 22.43 with the previous value area low at about 22.98. So you can kind of look at that as like one zone of major resistance that you must get above in order to see higher prices on INJ. Once you get above this block here at about, I would say $23, right? Once you break above $23, that is what opens the door to get a move to the 24, 25, and then into about $29 at the value area high. And then that would be, somewhat of a, this would be some kind of a nice move at about 30%, not too shabby. But again, these are like two ranges right on top of each other. I kind of hate that they're, right on top of each other like that. But you do have a 2-day green dot about to print here with a 2-day bullish divergence, potentially looking to print as well. Your daily bull div is also printing to its wicks, at least. I like to see the bodies of the candles give you those lower lows, but you do have it on your wicks here, higher low, green dot printing, getting a little push to the upside. 90-minute money flow also about to cross over into the green. So just like all the other altcoins, get that money flow crossover into the green to continue on the 90-minute. I would look for that continuation to the upside, break above that $23 purple box. That's where you can look up towards that $25 and $29, $28 target for INJ. Quick and dirty there on INJ. But thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Mafia till I die. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bitcoin also pushing up, 97,117, still pushing up. Let's go. Pump this thing to the moon, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. I got to get out of here. Billy Goat Tells at 9 p.m. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the roll, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the roll, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the roll, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah, maxed out.